Hello everyone. I'm just going to give you an update here. This is actually the 203A I restored a few months ago, which is all over YouTube. And as you can see, I got the restore interface setting here. I basically tore it back apart. And the reason is, I'm taking all the guts out of this chassis here, transferring them over to this better chassis. Because as you can see, this chassis here has a lot of issues. Like it has broken parts. I've actually had to rig the boards in. Due to some of the broken plastic pieces inside the chassis. And this one here is in really good shape. I did have to do a few little repairs to it, which you can see here. I had to actually cut those and drill out the broken screws that broke off on me while I was trying to get this one apart. But this was Robbie's polymoog, which you probably remember they had the mice living in it. And so anyways, I took the chassis apart, washed it, cleaned it, deodorized it, and it's in really good shape. As you can see, the corners are even still here. As I was explaining, I did accidentally bust one corner though while I was trying to clean it, but nothing bad. But if you come and look at this one, and this is the one I restored, you can see here how it's actually busted all the way into the machine, and it's just got a little issues. So this one here is going to get a makeover again. And then I also have another friend sitting over here, which I just recently bought, a 280A, and going to redo it here pretty soon as well. But this is pretty much it before it's even touched. So I got my board setting on it out of my 203A. But this is actually serial number 71, which makes this the 71st 280A built, or 71st 280A should I say. But anyways, just thought I'd give a quick video here. And one other thing I'm going to be doing also is restoring this keyboard here to actually go into the 203A, because this was the 203A I had to actually build key stops, and as you can see, some keys still don't trigger exactly like I want them to. So I am going to reuse the contact board, but the keyboard bed and key assembly is actually going to be used off that one. But anyways, just thought I'd give you a quick update here. So I've been working for the last 3 hours now, stripping out my old polymoog. And as you can see, I got everything moved to the new chassis here. Looks really good. This is the first time since I've owned this polymoog that all the boards have actually been mounted, because I've never had all the hardware, because this was also a parts unit I had bought and just got it working. So anyways, I took these two polymoogs, and now I have one really nice polymoog, which the keyboards, I'm actually still going to have to restore the keyboard. But I got all the boards remounted, got everything inside this chassis, and as you can see, the corners, this one corner's got a little notch out of it, but nothing bad. And this is that chassis I was showing you earlier. This corner here is in excellent condition. Then you go over here to the original chassis, which is the one that I pulled apart. And if you look over here in this corner, it's actually cracked really bad. And it's actually hairline cracked all the way down the chassis. So that was going to be some issues later on in the future for sure. And then also it had this broken, broken mounts, things like that. So this new chassis is really going to help a lot of things out. But also this is that keyboard too that I had to fix, is why I'm not using it, because I actually had to build some key stops. And when I did this was really my first test on building key stops, and so I got some of them that I can't align, and the keys just kind of stick. And so that's always been an issue with me playing this thing, because I found out when I'm really getting playing and I wanted to play something fast, I hit a key and it sticks. So that's been an issue. So I'm going to strip this keyboard down and just keep it for parts, and then I'm going to take the contact board out from under this one though and put it inside that one, and then redo that keyboard completely, and then install it, and then hopefully have one really nice polymoog. But one thing I also did here is I actually mounted the Moog power supply while I had all this out. Because this originally had the Faratron supply, which I restored, but it just generates a lot of heat. It's not a real good power supply. It's not real efficient. And so the Moog actually designed their own circuit board. And this is actually a memory Moog circuit board here. I actually modified to work in my polymoog. Had to cut the heat sink down and do a few little things to it to make it fit in this one. But a much more stable power supply for sure. And just for anybody out there that's wanting to put a Moog power supply in their polymoog that had the Fartron, you don't even have to drill any holes, as I found out. The only thing I had to do was actually, if you have a polymoog power supply, what you'll find here is that back behind here, I don't know if we can see it on camera or not, but anyways, right here where I had to actually put a nut and bolt with a spacer, the actual polymoog power supply made for Moog, or by Moog, actually has a riveted in spacer, so you don't even have to worry about a spacer. But it actually lined up perfect with the old Fartron screws. So you know, it's a little different because you don't have 4 screws, you just have 2 rather than the 4. But worked real nice. The heatsink, unfortunately though, this being a memory Moog heatsink, I've got to go in and actually retout one screw because the hole doesn't line up with the threading. So that's one of the memory Moog issues here. But besides that, this thing set right in. No problems at all. And I got all the wiring situated now where it looks really neat. And so anyways, just thought I'd give you a quick update here of what I've been doing.